Good morning. It is Sunday, April 14th. I'm going to be late for prayer group today, and I know this because it started 10 minutes ago. But I woke up, and I got like editing, and I've done some stuff this morning. I ate a third of a cake this morning. Probably not the best decision, but breakfast, cake's a healthy breakfast. Oh wait, no, that was Cake's an unhealthy breakfast. I should remember that beforehand. Anyways. So I've done things done, but I looked at my phone for the weather, and it's all like, oh yeah, it's like mid-30s, feels like 29, snow showers, and I'm like, what? And I see no such thing as snow showers. Looks like it maybe rained a little bit earlier. No worries. Now, a few days ago, I put my jacket away, and I was like, oh hey, we're pretty much into spring, headed towards summer, it's wonderful. So I'm not pulling that back out. I got my hoodie, that'll be good enough, but I did pull out long pants again, because probably a little too cold for shorts. Not happy about it. I was enjoying the slightly warmer weather. Oh well. I'm getting ready, I'm gonna head up to church. And of course, given the seemingly unending problems for the tires on this car, I'd get a low tire pressure light when I'm already late for prayer group. I'm sure it's because it's also cold this morning, and so that doesn't help with the occasional issues the tires have. Still obnoxious. Oh well, guess I'll have to make a detour and put some air in the tire there. Oh well. Now you might say, I'm 40 minutes late for prayer group, but you could also just say I'm 50 minutes early for church, and still got 20 minutes left to prayer, so it's not too bad. But yeah, time really got away from me this morning.
We say sometimes, God gave me cancer. No, he didn't. Dads don't give kids cancer. They don't do that. But we would express God's heart. This is the way God feels about you. This is what he's done for you.
Yes.
And so the people would just go, whoa. That's great. That's why we empower people, so we can do more of that.
Amen.
Because when you feel how God feels about you, holy cow. What's your response to that? Spinning. Your response to that is, I love you too. Thank you. Thank you, Dad. What can I do for you? How can I make other people aware of how you feel? That's why we empower people. So to fulfill their dreams. When I first read it, I was like, fulfill their dreams. That's very nice. It's very feel good, uplifting. No, fulfill your dreams. Who gave you the dreams?
God.
Yeah.
Who put them in your heart? Who gave you the strength and the power and the passion to do what you do? It's all from him. Yeah. When you're fulfilling your dreams through the expression of God's heart, you're fulfilling what he has for you to do, so go. What is it? Dream big.
Yes.
Think about it. Talk about it. Imagine it. Let it come out. Right? Because when you're doing that, you're doing kingdom. That's what we got to do. And if it's your dream, not his dream, you'll have passion for it so much the better, because it's your dream.
Yes.
That came to you from the power of this amazing Holy Spirit, who points to the most amazing Jesus in the world, who is glorified by the most amazing Father any of us could ever imagine. And they work together and they defer to each other because they all want the same thing, what they put in you to be activated and realized and bless the nations.
Yes. Beautiful.
Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As people moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar, and they settled there. And they said to each other, come, let us make brick and bake them thoroughly. They used brick instead of stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, come, let us build ourselves this city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. Otherwise, we'll be scattered over the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. The Lord said, if as one people, speaking the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their languages, so they will not understand each other. So he scattered them, and they stopped building. That's why it's called Babel, because the Lord confused the languages of the whole world. From there, the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. I used to read this and go, God was scared of people. They were going to do something so amazing that it was going to threaten him. And so he goes, whoa, better slow them down. And it used to actually bother me, and I would ask my Bible teachers. I went to a private school. Yeah, what's that all about? They tried to explain, but you're 12 or whatever. I just didn't get it until Tim said this. So just keep that in mind. Come let us build a tower for ourselves. So that's mankind united for their own purpose equals bad for mankind.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
So what do? Confuse and scatter for their own good. Because when they come together for their own purpose, it leads to death.
Yes.
I was out with Stephen Newton, and we were at the mall together, and I'm seeing this girl that works in the arcade, and I'm like, man, I should pray for her. For whatever reason, that lady needs prayer. And she's helping some people. The kids are taking, I've got 4 tickets left. What can I get? This little sticker. Okay, I'll take a sticker. Well, that's 2. You got 2 more. And you're just like, oh my God. Stickers. Let's just hurry up. So I'm waiting. And while I'm waiting, I'm standing next to this video game. And it's something like Dawn of the Dead or something. I look in the little thing because it's a city shooty game. And there's ghouls and like monsters and zombies coming out of the ground. And it's just like this gruesome kind of, why would anybody want to play that kind of thing? But also I like to shoot things, and I thought to myself, this is a thought, you're thinking to yourself, and then you can feel the Holy Spirit just touch and go, bing, that thought's from me here. And so I go, why would anybody want to play with death? What makes me want to take my money and choose to and be excited about playing with death? And I'm about to go pray for this girl for life, and it's gonna be like, this is free. It didn't cost her a thing. And it came to her. She didn't have to seek it out. And she's going to go, I'm not sure. This seems weird. I'll pay to play with death, but I'll think it's weird when you try to bring me life. And I'm like, why is that? And then he just brought me right back here. Oh, that's why I didn't do the Tower of Babel. Why I didn't let that happen. Because when mankind does it for their own purpose, it gets perverted.
Yes. Right?
Because it doesn't have the hand of God and it doesn't have His purity. And it's not going to lead to a good place. Acts 2, 1 through 12. When the day of Pentecost came, they were all together in one place. We know this is good, right? Suddenly, a sound like the blowing of a violent wind came from heaven and filled the whole house where they were sitting. They saw what seemed to be tongues of fire separated and came to rest on each of them. And all of them were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit enabled them. Now, there were staying in Jerusalem from all over the world, God-fearing Jews from every nation under the heaven had come from their scattered corners back together. And when they heard this sound, a crowd came together in bewilderment because each one heard their own language being spoken. Utterly amazed, they asked, aren't all these who are speaking Galileans? Then how is it that each of us hears them in our own native language? Parthians, Medes, and Elamites, residents of Mesopotamia, Judea, and Cappadocia, Pontus, and Asia, Phrygia, and Pamphylia, Egypt, and Cyrene, visitors from Rome. What are they saying? Cretans and Arabs and all over the world. We hear them declaring the wonder of God in our own tongues. Amazed and perplexed, they ask one another, what does this mean? It means the reversal of the Tower of Babel.
Yes.
Yeah. Amen.
Now Holy Spirit's here. Now you can achieve unity. For my purpose, get back together.
Yeah.
What I've confused before, I'll straighten it out. Come back together. Why, Holy Spirit, united with each other. Now it's for my purpose. Go back to that Genesis 11. Excuse me. If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. So then I started thinking, when we're united with the power of the Holy Spirit, and our languages don't have to be confusing, when we're brought back together for His purpose, what He was concerned about for our own good before is not, imagine without the Holy Spirit, He was like, oh, if they all put their minds together and work together, they can really accomplish some massive things. So He brings us back together and go, accomplish massive things.
Yes.
Bring my kingdom together. Languages confused? No problem, I'll sort it out. People scattered? I'll bring them back together. It's okay to be united again for my purpose, and use all of that stuff that happens when we come together, use it for him. So I'm like, oh man, I'm so excited about that unity. That's good.
Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for, to be overcome by your presence, Lord. Fear you lost your I love worship. Great message about just unity within the church, and then worship following that, and it's wonderful. And I had someone actually come up and say, they had a word from God about me, that He sees me as like, as if like my legs are steel pillars, that it doesn't matter, that God knows that what weight is put on me, it can be bared, and that's scary. But He's the one that gives me the strength for that, so I'll trust it. They had someone else just walk up during worship and then say how much, because I love worship, and I get so much joy from it. And I guess people see that, and that encourages others. So I had someone come up and say that, and actually had someone else say that a couple weeks back, so I don't know. But yeah. Finished, and people are just sort of hanging out, fellowshipping around the place, and still, of course, some people getting prayer, and etc. So after church, we went and got some Chinese food. It was very delicious, and I came home with the idea of, let's try and actually get some stuff accomplished. Yeah, let's have an accomplished day. And I crashed. I was very full. So I kind of just sort of laid down on bed, just wanted to be like on my side for a minute. And 2 hours later, I wake up, I'm like, oh. So I guess I needed that, but I was hoping to get a little more done today, and now most of the day's gone. But oh well, I might still get a little done, or not. I don't know. We'll see. And I played a little Diablo II. I recorded 2 episodes, so about an hour worth. Which isn't terrible. It's not what I was hoping for. I was hoping to get more. But, my goal, right now, the videos I'm uploading on that channel are like June, July kind of area. And I'm uploading a video every 4 days. So like they're releasing every 4 days at that time, once we get to that point. So it's video, 3-day break, video, 3-day break, etc. I'm hoping, what I would like to do is just push one of those in here pretty soon, and basically get 2 videos in every 7 days. So 2 videos a week. Set them down, pick days, try to release, 1 Diablo 2, 1 Skyrim each week. Now, doing that means recording 2 videos for each week, and that's like an hour of gaming each week, which isn't more than I ought to expect to be able to do. I should be able to fit that in my schedule, I'd hope. But functionally, it works better if I can record things in batches where I sit down and I record several weeks worth at a time of one game, and then another week, several weeks worth of a time of another game. That tends to work better. So recording 2 means that I didn't fall further behind for my goal this week. I just didn't get quite further ahead towards it. And I want to push just a little further ahead before I actually switch to a week and try and keep up with that. But yeah, like I said, it didn't fall further behind, just not getting closer to the goal. Oh well. Also, I mean, it helps to record them in batches just for things like I'd finished the first episode basically before I figured out where to use the hotkeys I have them set up for my character. It's like, oh well. It's what I was able to get done. I'm still tired. Like, strangely. I don't know. I feel like I pretty much got a full night's sleep last night, and then I don't know, maybe I just ate too much when I went to the buffet or something. I don't know. And while converting the Diablo II files, I poked around and noticed that the first episode of Fruits Basket, they're redoing Fruits Basket, and back in high school, I guess, I loved. They did one season of the show, and I loved it. They're starting over again. Hopefully, going to go further through it this time, of course. But starting anew, they're doing it again, and it was beautiful. The art was beautiful, and they kind of have various stylistic changes throughout for different emotions and scenes. You get some different looks in it. But overall, just beautiful art. And so I guess whatever, on Funimation's site, they actually just let you watch the first episode, and you could subscribe and watch more. I'm hoping that maybe if I wait a week or two, when the next episode comes out, maybe the second one will become available, because only 2 are available at all. First one free, second one subscribe. So maybe it's just whenever the next one comes out, the previous will become available. Otherwise, I might just wait and see if it is ever released on a DVD, but otherwise I might keep an eye out. Part of me was thinking, I'll check this out. I'll just watch the first few minutes of it, and maybe I'll watch the first one. No, now I want to keep watching. It's I forgot why I love this show so much, and it's because it plays on that emotional part that makes me want to cry and feel and all that, and it was good. As someone who loved Fruits Basket before, it's good. But it is now starting to get kind of late, so I'm gonna tidy some things up and try and head to bed. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues.